Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of the Nerdpocalypse Podcast. I'm your host, Jay. I'm here with my co-host, Micah.
Workers for suckers. You gotta work smarter. You gotta work smarter, not harder, guys. Like that's the lesson for today. Work smarter, not harder.
That's right. Work less while undressed. That's what I have to say. I don't know. I have no idea. That's probably a pretty good bit of advice. I don't know. Do whatever you do at your house. We were just talking about working from home. It's great. All right. Let's get into it. We got plenty to talk about this week. All right. You watch House of Gucci. I'm very interested for one major reason, but I'm very interested to hear your thoughts on this.
So, House of Gucci is the story of what's that woman's name? I can't remember, but
Miss
she,
Gucci.
yes, it's the new film from Ridley Scott, and it's pretty good. I enjoyed it. It's very long, and it is what is it? A biographical crime drama film from Ridley Scott based on the book House of Gucci, and it's about Patricia Gucci, played by Lady Gaga, and Maurizio Gucci. Their whirlwind romance, which comes to an end. It's a very good film. I very much enjoy it. I'm seeing, snub thrown around there a lot, particularly for Lady Gaga. I enjoyed Lady Gaga in this movie. I think Lady Gaga is actually a really good actor or actress. So, if you want to gender her job, I think 90% of the performances in this movie, no, 85% of the performances in this movie are top notch, right? Because this movie stars Lady Gaga, Adam Driver, Al Pacino, Jeremy Irons, Selma Hayek is in this movie, being as fine as she can be, and a host of other people. But I say 85% of the performances. I got to knock 5% off for Lady Gaga, who her Italian accent is not very good. It sounds Russian to me, okay. Which is kind of throws me for a bit. But other than that, her actual performance and emotion and stuff, it's wonderful. And then I got to knock 10% off for Jared Leto. I don't know what the fuck Jared Leto was doing in this movie, yo. If I was Italian, I would be offended.
Everyone says it's horrible.
He's talking like this. and I'm Paolo Gucci. Come on, dude. What are you doing? What is going on here, man?
He's such a weird actor because sometimes he really super crushes a role, and other times it's just what is going on? What was it?
That movie he was in where he was the AIDS patient?
Oh, Dallas Buyers Club? Didn't he win an Oscar for that?
He was phenomenal in that movie.
Yeah, he was best supporting actor, I believe. But then it doesn't help. What's the movie he did with Denzel? The Little Things. Right, he was great in that as the guy who was
I enjoyed him. I
thought he was really good.
He was a creep in that. I enjoyed.
I don't think he was acting. To be honest,
I mean, this thing says he is considered a method actor. I don't know what the fuck he was thinking. When
he was playing, and it doesn't. He was playing hours of Mario Brothers. I got it.
He probably. I mean that doesn't sound ridiculous when you see the movie because. Yo, what are you doing, man? And it doesn't help that he looks fucking ridiculous, right? He's got a bald cap on, but it's very obviously a bald cap, right? It's he didn't shave his hair to make the ball cap fit a little more, so it's a little bulbous at the top.
Oh,
and
no.
he's caked in makeup, and he's playing this
Oh,
dude
wow.
who-
Yeah, okay. I'm looking at.
yeah, he just looks like a buffoon, man. He looks like a buffoon. He looks like he needs to be on the front of a pizza box, yo, at some like hole in the wall place where you get some pizza, man. Like it doesn't. It's just not. It's not. It's not.
You know what? Hold, because we'll be right back. Okay, I had a chance to watch a clip. I would just like pause it. You can't quite tell, but you just paused it. I just went and watched 45 seconds of Jared Leto. Yeah, it's not good. It's not good.
It's buffoonish, yo. Like
Yeah,
it's
it is.
It's
like,
borderline
what?
like a minstrel show, yo. Like,
Is he?
like, I just
Is it spaghetti face? I don't know. What's the
yeah, what do you call it? It's wop face, yo. Like
Wop face? That's not it. That's not acceptable. That's definitely not acceptable. Yeah, no, I think he's putting on it is a minstrel show. Like I don't like it. Like it feels offensive to Italian people. Like it's not cool.
like anybody that thinks that performance is amazing. Like I question your judgment, man. You hate Italian people, yo. You hate Italian people. Yo. You really do. Because goddamn, yo. Like even Lady Gaga's Russian accent, she did a better job with a Russian sounding accent than Jared Leto. Like, all right, man, get the fuck out of here. I do think the movie is very interesting.
I want to see it.
Tad, I think you would enjoy it. You know, Jared Leto aside, and he's in scenes with Al Pacino. Like he's in scenes acting off of Al Pacino, yo,
Who can be
like,
pretty over the top sometimes.
He could be over the top. He's quite understated in this. He's not. Like, he's not doing all.
Well, that's
shit,
good.
right?
That's good. I prefer a little bit more understated Al Pacino.
He is quite understated in this role, and like Al Pacino is this character's father, dude. And he's papa, what are we doing? Like, all right, man.
I need to see an actual clip of the guy he's playing, because maybe it's not as ridiculous as we think. Maybe that guy is ridiculous.
Well, if it is, I mean, goddamn, yo, like he looks like he needs to be introducing the latest episode of the Super Mario Brothers Super Show, because the shit was weird, yo. It was just
Fucking
weird.
crazy.
Outside of that, it's a very good movie. I think you in particularly would like it.
Okay.
It's a tad too long. It's 158 minutes.
Okay.
So it's you're gonna be sitting there for a while, but yeah, you could trim like a good like half hour, 45 minutes out of that movie.
Wow. Okay.
But
that's pretty bad.
But yeah, it is. But I'd be lying if I said I didn't enjoy it. I really did.
All right. You watched Catwoman Hunted. I want to actually hear about this because this is the one with Catwoman and Batwoman like working together, right?
Yes, this is the latest DC animated movie. In my quest to watch all of them.
This one interests me. I like they finally are doing characters besides just Batman, so that's kind of interesting to me.
Yeah, even though it's Batman adjacent, but
I mean, of course.
But it's very interesting. It's pretty good. Look, it's Catwoman meets Cowboy Bebop. Like that's the best way I can put it.
Okay.
Even the opening, it's like an anime. It is an anime. It's an anime film, and it's got like this like Cowboy Bebop-esque jazzy opening, and it's just cool. It's slick. You know what I mean? Animation is great. Performances are solid. The story isn't that, the story's not going to knock your socks off, but it's also like an hour and 10 minutes. So there's the story is thin. It's very action heavy. Like the first 15, 20 minutes is all just one heist from beginning to end.
Wow.
That's 20 minutes in a 70-minute movie.
That's a lot.
Yeah. But Catwoman is, this is an interesting Catwoman. It's not like a far off take from your typical Catwoman, but this Catwoman is very, very lewd, as the weebs would say. She really enjoys kind of getting under Batwoman's skin, or getting under that costume. But no, I dug it. I enjoyed it. It was pretty good, especially because some of these things are like hit or miss. I think this one was a hit. I also think it's a one-off. I don't think like this is going to have any sequels or be referenced in any other DC animated movie. As a matter of fact, the next one is going to be Green Lantern centered. So
nice, finally.
Yeah, I mean, there have been a couple of pretty good ones. Like one of them was a Training Day-esque film, and then the other one was an anthology. So they've done some pretty good Green Lantern ones. So I'm hoping that the next one will be pretty good. But I'm curious to see if they go back to doing like a shared universe in the
I hope so.
the animated format. Yeah, I hope so. I think what they were doing, again, while it was hit or miss, I enjoyed what they were doing with it. And they came out in like staggered releases, right? Like one of them was in universe and then the next release wasn't. So I'm curious to see how if they do it, and if they use like the Superman, Man of Tomorrow, the Long Halloween, Justice League, World War II-esque style for it. You know what I mean?
I actually really like both of those. I thought they were really good.
Yeah.
Something. Yeah, I look forward to. Hopefully, they'd start to do that again. It was nice.
Something else that's really good is Encanto.
Wait,
Encanto is.
Wait, did you put this up? You didn't put this on the day. That's funny. Yeah. I also saw Encanto.
Oh, you did? Yo, I fucking love Encanto.
I thought it was phenomenal. My daughter has been homesick for the last couple of days, so I've watched Encanto 7 times.
Well, I've only watched it once, and we put his ass to bed because I didn't want him bothering me.
Shut up, Encanto's on. It's right. For me.
Yeah, shut up. You don't know nothing.
You don't know anything about magic. I loved it. I thought it was phenomenal. I really did.
Yeah, man. Encanto was great, man. I love that. Like there was no like traditional villain in that movie. It was the villain is like familial expectations being placed upon children, and just being burdened by tradition and shit like that, and it touching on like being like the black sheep of the family, and how it feels to like introducing kids to the fact that like the grass isn't always greener on the other side, and yeah, man, I fucking loved it. I thought it was a phenomenal movie, man.
Yeah, I really liked it. I thought the story was great. I thought the music was great. Look, I know it's like super hip and cool to say you don't like Lin-Manuel Miranda's style, whatever. I thought it was great. Like he did all the original music. I thought it was dope as fuck. I actually really liked the fact that there were dark-skinned Latin folks in it. They make that mistake twice.
There's a bunch of,
hey, fuck that shit up. They were like, nope, nice try. We heard you the first time. Got it. So I appreciated that. I actually, after I watched it the first or second or third time, I actually like had to look up whether or not they did mocap for it, because I thought some of the facial expressions were so realistic. I was like, there is no way someone computer programmed this. Like, there were just moments. I'm like, the main character, Maribel, like she makes some facial expressions like in that first song that she does when she's like singing to the kids in like of the town. And I was like, nah, yo, this has to be mocapped. Like, it's too good. Like, it's too good. It was weird how good it was. And they're just like glances and like just like slight ticks of the face, and I was like, "Yo, that's like way too human." Like it's crazy. But no, they didn't. Like they did not use mocap. What they did though for like the dance sequences is they had real dancers do the sequences, and record it, and then the animators use that as reference, but they didn't mocap them, which is wild. I'm like, they just like made the animators like do more work for no reason. They were just like, see if you can mimic this. Like, you know what? They could though. I think, look, if you like these Disney movies, especially like Soul, which I thought was phenomenal too. Like Encanto is great, and it's cool because it deals with a very specific story that's not about white people. Like like this takes place in Colombia, I believe. And it's just really nice to see a Colombian like perspective, right? Like completely. And I thought that was dope. Like there's nothing about this that has anything to do with outside of Latin culture, and I thought that was cool.
But I think it's also a testament because this story can be like transposed anywhere. Like I appreciate the fact that there's a Latin motif. And look, I'm not a part of that culture, but if stereotypes existing for a reason is a thing,
you're about to be a dick.
I imagine that this is pretty goddamn accurate. Hey, all of our Latin listeners, Latino and Latina, can correct me if I'm wrong.
Latinx.
No.
You can say Latinx. It's fine. They all use it. Everyone knows.
But yeah, man. Like you said, it's great, man. It's great. I love it, and I think we don't talk about Bruno. It's like
a legitimate hit.
I didn't know Lin-Manuel Miranda did the music until I heard that song. I was like, yo, this sounds like a fucking Hamilton song, dude. Like, it's fucking great.
It is.
And sure as shit.
Yeah. I like, we don't talk about Bruno. Obviously, it's like the massive hit. But I also like the one, Luisa's song, the strong
Surface
one.
Pressure.
Yeah, that was a really good song because she's got sort of the rap part at the end there. Like I liked it. Like I thought it was just fun. I
liked it because of the message, yo. Like
I'm strong, but like I get sad sometimes. Like that's all right.
You just like
holding the weight of the
message in that song, right? Like the message in that song is what people need to, what fucking a lot of people need to take to heart, man. Like. Yeah. Yo, like you don't have to fucking do everything. You don't have to do everything.
She ain't watched this movie.
She watched it with me.
She was like, she started looking at her phone when the song come on. Like, no, put your phone down. I just thought it was a wonderful message to kids. Like, I really did. And like, I saw some people being like, the grandmother is, the abuela was like the worst or whatever. I'm like, nah, yo, she's just hurt.
No, yo.
Like she's just hurt. Like she's a hurt person. Like she lost her husband to like an insurrection, to murderous interlopers.
She's a fully formed human being with flaws. And
it's a far cry from early Disney characters, right? Like they've come a long way in our lifetime. Super far.
Yeah, man. Like she's a real fucking person, yo. Like she's a real person. Like I can imagine an abuela being exactly like this. Like I guess I was highly impressed with this movie, man. And I wanted to see it because everybody was talking. I wasn't gonna watch it because I'm like, maybe I'm too old for Disney movies. But everybody kept talking about it, and even when Terrence was like, he was talking about that song. We don't talk about Bruno. I was like, well, if this cold-blooded, heartless ass nigga saw this song or saw this movie, I gotta watch it now.
Well, he likes Hamilton. He likes Hamilton a lot, so like it makes sense that he would be in for this. But yeah, I just thought it was great. Like I thought the music was great. Like, and again, the animation impressed the shit out of me. Like I know people, it's been really great for a long time. Yeah, no shit. But it's just like with Soul and this, they seem to have like hit a line that's like the next. It seems to be like the next iteration of animation. I mean, it's quite impressive. It really is.
Yeah.
So I watched the first episode of Reacher on Amazon Prime. Here's what I will say about Reacher, Micah. I think you'll actually like it. I don't like that trailer, but I think you would actually like that show. I think you would. It fits where I think it should comparative to where the movies were with Tom Cruise, but him being like the size of a Sprite, which made no sense. It has that same sort of feel about it. Like, and it's not as comedic as the trailer makes it out to be. It's actually far more serious than that. But he's just kind of a smart Alec dick to everyone. But it's like, he can be, because he could throw you through a brick wall. You know? He's fucking huge. And so there's a number of lines about that. Like, at one point they have him in like zip tie cuffs, and he's like, the officer who like runs the, you know, who's ever head of the police there, this black dude is like, all right, he's like sitting in a jail cell, and he opens the jail cell. He's like, all right, Reacher, come with me. And he's like, no. He goes, what? He goes, not until you take these off. Like, I'm innocent. Take these zip tie cuffs off. And he was like, they're inconvenient. Or he's like, it's stupid, and they're uncomfortable. And the guy's like, all right, somebody come in and, you know, cut these things off. He's like, I got it. And he just snaps them off. He was just being respectful. He could have taken them off at any time because he's fucking gigantic. But it's basically, he comes to this town, and for like completely like non-serious reasons. Like, he wanted to like look up this like blues musician who played there, who died, right? He just wanted to do that. And he comes there, and then there's like a murder, and so he's thought to be the murderer, and so he gets arrested by this local cop, and then things kind of start to spiral. And so apparently the first season is based on the first book, The Killing Floor, I think it's called. But yeah, I'm enjoying it, and the violence is surprisingly pretty fucking visceral. Like, at one point he gets sent to this local prison for a couple days, and like, these guys try to kill him in this bathroom. Yo, he beats the shit out of these guys. Like, he literally steps on a guy's like foot to hold it down, and then to break his, like, basically to break his foot. Like, it's like, I'm like, all right. And then he gouges a guy's eye out, which they show. Like, I was like, okay, this is like surprisingly more violent than I thought. A guy tries to like basically try to rape his roommate, who was another guy he's like trying to protect. And the guy's like, yeah, what the fuck are you going to do? And he just grabs the guy's head, smashes it against the bed, and then just fucking elbows him until he passes out. Like, it's crazy. Jesus. I'm like, wow, okay, this is way more violent than I expected it to be. But it's pretty good. It's not great, but it's pretty good. Like, it's not like Jack Ryan that like taken like super serious, and it's like pretty close to prestige television, in my opinion. It's like a rung below that, but like a pretty enjoyable. Like, you could put it on and be like, yeah, that was like a pretty good fun hour. Like the comedy bits are like, it not really comedy bits, but the like comedic like statements and moments are like, they're funny. They're enough to give you a chuckle, but it's like, it's a story enough to keep you engaged.
So these type of movies, these type of TV shows, when I see them on Amazon, I want Jack Ryan. Okay, it's not Jack Ryan.
Mm-mm.
Is it the Michael B. Jordan movie?
No. That movie is
better
boring.
than that. All right.
The thing is, like,
than that.
I think it's better than that, and it's only because I think With Remorse like didn't quite know what it wanted to be, right? You know what I mean? Like, but
yeah.
it's.
I don't have a problem with Michael B. Jordan, but like, that movie wasn't like.
I wanted that movie to be great.
Real high hopes for that movie.
Yeah, I did, and like maybe slightly even unfair. Like, to be honest, like, that trailer was awesome. But it just like that ending was fucking trash, by the way. But yeah, I think it's good, not great. But I've just watched the first episode, so I'm gonna watch a little bit more this week. And I'll be able to give you like a better sense of things next week. But I think you would actually probably enjoy it. Like, it's an easy, it's above folding laundry, like, but not to the point of like, wow, I'm so engaged that I couldn't fold laundry at the same time, right? Like, my wife watched it with me, and she was like, yeah, I could watch more of that. Like, it was kind of fun. I mean, he's also like pretty fit guy, so it doesn't hurt.
Yeah, I mean, he's also built like a Captain America.
Yo, he looks like a fucking G.I. Joe doll. It's insane.
Right.
Like, you don't get to be that big and also slightly shredded. I'm like, all right, nigga, fuck you. Like, all right.
Look, here's the thing. I was on the fence Your review was pushing me to watch it. Here's what put it over the top for me. This man was in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows. Now, you might think, why is that going to push you towards watching it? One, because I like TMNT. And two, he was the best one. He was Raphael.
Yeah, so, that feels right. When you watch this, like, yeah, that feels right.
So,
he's kind of a dick. Right? He's just kind of a dick.
I'm a little mad that like Raphael wasn't played by a black dude, but like as long as he's got the cool but rude attitude, then yeah, I'll give it a shot. Raphael, bro.
He has a line in it. They're like, "What did you do?" Said like, basically run me down the timeline of what you did since you got here. He was like, "I got off the Greyhound bus. He was like, I did X, I did Y." He was like, I sat down, I ordered a peach pie at a diner. I didn't get to eat it because I got arrested for murder. Like, and now I'm here. Like, what the fuck, dude? Like, he's just like annoyed by everyone. And he's like super smart. So he like breaks shit down. He's like, well, you have a wedding ring, but you're da 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 da. Like, he kind of has that like Sherlock Holmesy kind of thing about him. But it's interesting. Like, it's an interesting show. I think it'll be one of those shows like that show could run for like 5 or 6 seasons and have like a pretty good following, and then like that'd be it. But they got like 26 books to base the shit on, so they got plenty of running room. And he apparently played Aquaman on like Smallville when he was like young.
Aquaman in Smallville.
Yeah, like back in the day. So there you go. Peacemaker this week. Can the show do no wrong? The answer is no, it can't. I can't.
Look, I don't care what race you are. I can watch anybody beat up fucking white nationalists all day long.
Oh,
you can be black, you can be white, you can be Hispanic or Latino. I don't care what, you can be Asian, you can be Indian. I don't give a fuck what you can be fucking purple. I don't give a shit. If you beating up a Klansman and killing Klansmen, I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch this shit. It is a perfect mix of everything James Gunn is good at. Taking hyper weirdo things and making them just serious enough where you're like, why am I having real feelings about these absurd characters? And then also not letting you forget how gross he can be. Because that's just who he is as a director. It's really good. It's like, they do such a good job of letting Cena really tear up some scenery when he needs to. Like, he's doing some acting, man. Like, he really is. It's kind of dope. Once again, Vigilante steals almost every scene he's in. And the only reason why he doesn't steal certain scenes is just because Cena's so fucking good too. But Vigilante is phenomenal. Like, that guy, Peter Stroma, is phenomenal in that role. He's he plays a sociopath very, very well.
I don't have feelings like other people do. Like, yeah, dude, we know.
He's like, well, now's a weird time to do your face exercises, but like, he's
crying.
He's crying.
Fucking idiot. Oh, he's insane. He's insane.
Like, he just shot his father.
Yeah. Damn near point blank in the head.
Oh shit.
But yeah, we got to see White Dragon like with a fucking jetpack and shit. That was awesome. Like, with a suit, man. The suit armor, that was awesome.
What a weird time that was in comics, right? Like, that was like, but like some, like, you got to teach kids stuff like that. And I guess comics are, just as good a medium to do it as any. But like, I'm waiting for Snowflame to be in season 2, for God's sakes.
Why not? Why not? I was talking to Charlie, who's listens to the show, and he was saying like, if Kite Man is not in season 2, I'm gonna be pissed. It's like he should be.
Yeah, they name dropped him. Either this episode or last episode?
Last episode. Like they've done it like at least 2 or 3 times throughout the series. Yeah. No, I want Kite Man to be in it, but I want them to have to team up even though they hate each other. Like that's what I want. Like I want a reluctant team up. That would be great. But yeah, like fuck it, do Snowflame. Why not? Like this part of the universe, you could do that. A guy who like does coke to get powers? Come on. Fucking why not? Go for it, man. So yeah, I think Peacemaker's great. I think it has one more episode, right? I think it's only 8.
Yeah, I think it's 8 episodes. And yeah, I dig it. I really enjoy the show. The show has a surprising amount of heart. Not surprising. The show has heart, which isn't surprising given that it's James Gunn. Like he can balance heart with action and gore and like most people in a way that most people can't, right?
Right.
Like it's usually either all or none. And I'm talking about even like the greats, you know what I mean? Like
yeah, it's not an easy thing to do.
It's not. Like everybody loves Christopher Nolan. Christopher Nolan can't do that. Like I don't feel for any of his characters. Some of them don't even have names, for God's sakes.
No. He's not an emotions guy.
No, he's a story guy. He's right. Like story is first and foremost. And the thing that I've found in my years of watching movies and trying to explain to people who don't watch movies why certain movies are good and why certain movies are bad is that people don't care about story. They care about characters. They care about characters that they can relate to. Like Christopher Nolan is great and all that, but like his most successful movies are fucking Batman movies. You know what I mean?
And those are really character-driven movies too.
Right. Because people like those characters. You know what I mean? Like you can have the most complex story in the world, like and you can have like a bunch of people calling you geniuses and shit, but like most people they'll just kind of go along because they don't want to seem dumb. But
I mean,
no, like people like characters. People like simple stories and with good characters.
Right, because a character like again, like you said, when you can see yourself in someone, or like those human traits in someone, that's how people connect, right? That's like, look, Star Wars is incredibly popular because, it was something like people just hadn't seen before, but those characters are what fucking keep people coming back. They are.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you can talk about lightsabers all you want, but people know Luke, they know Han, they know Leia, like Darth Vader. Like, those characters are so rich that you cannot, like, when you see them, like, they are iconic in their own, like, they're in their own right? It's like, yeah, they could be anywhere, it doesn't fucking matter. But when you see them, that's how you know, like, those characters are so important and are so rich that when you see other characters in movies, you go, that's a very, like, Han Solo type character, right? Like, you recognize the core of that character in other people because those characters are so rich, right? Nobody says, that's a very the guy from Memento style character. Like, you don't remember his name because that's not important in a Christopher Nolan movie. And that's, look, I love Memento. I think it's a phenomenal movie. But the character wasn't the important part. The story was the important part. The journey was the important part, which is okay.
Right.
And every director has their style. But yeah,
it's just different.
Yeah, but Gunn is able to weave that. And I'm not saying Gunn's a better director than Nolan or anything like that, or Nolan's a worse director than Gunn. I think they're two very different people, period. And I think they both do a good job in what they do. But yeah, Gunn, like, that's why when people said, like, I was having a conversation, I'll put in quotes, with a guy on Twitter, and he was saying he watched the opening, right, exactly, the opening, like, dance sequence of Peacemaker, and he was like, this looks fucking stupid, I'm not going to watch it. And I was like, yeah, then you kind of missed the entire show. Well, one, like, you literally did.
Yeah.
But, like, that's the point, is, like, the absurdity mixed with the heart. If you didn't see any of that, then you missed what the show actually is. The show is about a guy who was made to be a weapon by his bigoted father and killed his brother by mistake and feels horrendous about it and was basically shut off to any sort of human emotion and then sent out into the world. And now, as he's become an adult and has grown up, he realizes how fucked up that is. And he has to come back and deal with it. Yeah, that's a human story, dude. Like, that's a human story. Yeah. Yes, he wears a goofy costume, but that's why the character works, is it's a human story.
And guess what? They all wear goofy costumes. Like, they all
One guy dresses as a nocturnal animal.
Right.
And we just act like that shit is the most reasonable thing in the world. Like, nah, yo, he dresses as a fucking bat.
He dresses up as a giant bat, standing next to a police commissioner on a rooftop with a spotlight on it. Like, and everybody's just like, oh yeah,
no,
that's just Batman.
He's the in-depth character. Like, he sounds fucking ridiculous on paper, but Batman endures because Batman is such a rich character, right? That's the point. Also, I didn't mention this. Judo Master is awesome. He beat the brakes off those dudes at the convenience store, and he kicked the shit out of Harcourt and what's her face when he came up,
Wale or something like that.
Yeah. Adebayo. Yeah, like I just thought that was hilarious. He just came in the room and just like fucking scissor kicked Harcourt in the face. I was like, Jesus Christ, that was great. They fucked this shit up too. So I hope that he is. I hope he joins their team. I assume he's going to stick around considering he's in the opening credits. But I would love for him to join the team because he is a fucking nutcase. He is awesome. Yeah. And let's talk about the season or series finale. I don't think we know. But the finale for the Book of Boba Fett, episode 4 through 7, man, it's a totally different show in my opinion.
Yeah, I'll talk about the episode first, and then I'll talk about the season. The episode is fun. It just is. It's a blast.
It was a damn good time.
It was very, very cool. And Boba Fett got to like do what I think I and many people think Boba Fett should do, which is be awesome.
Yep.
You had callbacks. You got your Boba riding a Rancor scene.
It didn't look dumb. It didn't look dumb. I thought it was going to look dumb. I thought it was going to look stupid.
Yeah, it didn't. It looked very good. Look, this episode was light on story, but heavy on action and character moments. And it delivered, man. You got to see more of my boy Cad Bane. Hopefully, but hopefully not the last of them. But probably, which sucks.
I don't think he's dead. I don't think so. He's too big of a character for them. I think. Yeah.
I mean, if that happened off screen, then I would be more inclined to believe you. But like, you saw the impalement, and I'm just like, but it's Star Wars, right? Like, he's got those breathers on his face to help with like, breathing and like deflecting Jedi mind tricks and shit like that. Like, so he's resourceful, he's crafty. It was fun, man. It was fun. I really enjoyed it. Now, the season as a whole, I keep harping on it. Those first 3 episodes were weird. They were just weird.
They were. Those
first 3 episodes, again, knock those down to 1 episode. And honestly, I don't even count episode 5 as one of the episodes for the Book of Boba Fett. Like, it just wasn't.
It's not an episode of that show. It was an episode of a different show.
It really isn't. And episode 6 barely had a minute. But if I don't know why they called it something different. I don't know why they just didn't say, "Hey, this is Star Wars Ground Wars," or whatever. Like, come up with a better name, right? But like,
yeah, Star Wars Ground Wars is pretty bad.
Yeah, I have no idea what to call it. Just it's Star Wars Tales or whatever, like Star Wars right. Stories, like just call that what it is. And I think expectations will be like at the level that they're supposed to be. Right. It just makes more sense to do that. But that still doesn't like erase even if they did, that still wouldn't erase the fact that those first 3 episodes were fucking weird. The young kids with all the modifications and stuff, they literally could have been. I think my issue with them is that they feel so out of place.
They're too clean. They're too clean, man. Dude. Like the black dude's wearing like a lovely jacket. Like they look too clean.
Like he just stepped off a fucking sci-fi runway, dude. Like,
yeah, I'm like,
what?
Throw some dirt on that guy. Like, just like, here's some saves.
Especially because they are like people who like mod their bodies. Like, but like, are you going to Coruscant to get that shit? Right? Like, why does it look so nice? Right? Like they look.
It should look a little dirtier. Yeah.
They look like they should be in like Cyberpunk 2077, and even then, they look a little too clean for that.
Yeah, they do.
They just feel so out of place in this particular world on this like desolate desert fucking planet that it really takes me out of it. Like I understand, like you need an opposing force for the people in Freetown, like who just want to kind of live on the frontier and shit and don't want to live in the big cities. But like the Mod Squad, they don't live in a big fucking city.
Right.
Like they live in this fucking they live in this desert town. So I don't really care for them, man. But the season as a whole just felt a little disjointed. Like they didn't really know what story they wanted to tell until they kind of got to season 4, and then they knew what story they wanted to tell. What season 4, episode 4.
Yeah.
And like they were kind of dropping hints about the story they wanted to tell. But like, why did you break it up? Why were some of episode 1 and 2 about the here and now, and then some, but like the majority of it set back with Boba's time with the Tusken Raiders? I just
do all of the Tusken Raiders all as one.
All the Tusken Raider stuff as episode 1. Do all of, quite frankly, do all of the Tusken Raider stuff in episode 1. Put a little bit of current story stuff in episode 1. And delete 2 and 3, start with 4. The series is, and change the name to fucking Star Wars Tales, and I'm okay.
Yeah,
but the season as a whole was just kind of up and down. But for the most part, I did enjoy. It's like, the phrase "greater than the sum of its parts."
Yeah,
which means like something as a whole is better, even though like bits of it you didn't like. This is the opposite. This is like I liked a lot of the bits of it, but as a whole, it was weird.
Yeah, it was weird. And I think, again, people are like, it was funny watching the reactions. The last episode gave us exactly what we said was missing from the show, allowing the character to cut loose. Just let him cut loose, man. Like, I get all the daimyo stuff. I get all of that. But you got to let him cut loose sometimes. Like, you don't get to be the daimyo of the area by just being like, it's me. And they're like, okay. Like, the last guy was fucking Jabba, dude. Like, come on.
And again, wild character tones, wild character shifting, right? I'll go back to that example I gave a couple of weeks ago of them going to that male Twilight, right? Yeah. And Fennec was just like, I'm gonna cut your fucking tails off if you don't take me to like the mayor or whatever, right? And then he's just like, well, you think that was a little harsh?
Like, why would he say that, yo? Like, why would he say that?
And then at the end of the fucking show, he's being at episode 4, he's being a little harsh. Right? Like he's going back and he's fucking capping people, and he killed Cad Bane and when he had him dead to rights, and he's just fucking he's being a badass. He's using all his gun lasers and shit. He's using
the knee rockets, which was awesome.
Yeah, man.
Look, I will say this. And that's the point, right? Like the character switching was like the tone of that character was like really like it was odd. It's like I get him not wanting to be Cad Bane, right? Like basically like that type of character. I get that because he's like, oh, you're getting soft, and he's like, yeah, we all do as we get older. That's a fair point, and that he should soften a bit. But he would never tell, like that character would never be like, oh, you think you're being a little harsh to Fennec? Why? Why? Especially considering the end of that episode where then she goes and strings up all those guys. Like, I'm pretty sure he's aware that his assassin is doing these things. He's not unaware of it. So it's just like, it's a really weird tonal shift. And that was my biggest issue with it. Like, it didn't really make sense. And then for us to see him in the end where he is just a brutal son of a bitch to the Pikes. And it's like, yeah, dude, that's what we wanted. Like, that's just all we wanted to see, man. So,
like Fennec and Boba are like Riggs and Murtaugh, right?
Yeah.
Like Murtaugh is like, yo, I'm too old for this shit, yo. But at the same time, like, if shit gotta go down, fucking Murtaugh is down.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, he's not like Murtaugh wasn't no bitch. He was just fucking old.
I have diplomatic immunity. Consider
right. It's been revoked.
Like boom.
Wow.
Right. Like he got the last shot. Right. Like come on, man. So it's you know it's
it felt like we had to push his ass to like, come on, man. Like, just say it's just been revoked, man. Revoke his fucking diplomatic immunity.
Just revoke his diplomatic immunity. That's all we ask. But once he did, once the gloves came off, like that scene, like, you know, this scene with Mando and him having that conversation was dope as fuck. Mando was like, look, yo, like the rules say, like, I stay and fight by your side, and like it is what it is. And he was like, you believe all that, like fucking crazy mumbo jumbo? He's like, yeah, I do. He's like, all right, bet, let's fucking do this. Like, and them going out and just rushing out there to take on the Pikes and like getting shot, and they're still like going at it. That was dope. Like for them to slow it down and showing them fighting, that was really very cool. It was like good action, and you know, it was a mark of a really good finale that you had like the action happening in like multiple quadrants of the city too. Like they're fighting, and then it's like Boba, you know, like those big, you know, force field like gun bots come down, and Boba Fett's like, I have an idea, and he's like fucking jets off, and I was like, oh, okay, he's clearly going to get the Rancor, like that's fine. Yeah. But that scene was doper than I thought it was going to be. It really was, and I think the thing that made it work is that he wasn't controlling the Rancor as much as he was just riding on it. Because if he was going to be like, oh, like, look at me, I'd be like, yo, this seems silly to me. Like, it seems very silly. But him just riding it, and then just like the Rancor like picked someone up and he just shot him. I was like, yeah, all right, that's cool. Like, that's fine. And then to watch a Rancor knock that robot into that building was pretty dope. Like, yeah, I mean, the only thing he controlled was like telling him like do it when he was just like rip the thing apart, which was fucking awesome. And then they did a smart thing of not letting the Rancor just like leave and it'd be convenient. Like, yeah, it's a wild, crazy animal. Like, that's gonna be a problem too. Like afterwards.
Yeah.
So yeah, I thought it worked. And like it was finally what people were starving for this series to be. And they should have balanced it a lot better than they did. But like, if you are like, I don't know about this, just start at episode 4 and move forward. Like, honestly, like episode 4 moving forward, like you could do that, and you could just completely ignore the rest of it.
Yeah, I normally don't like telling people to do that, but yeah, you could. Like, while I think Boba's time with the Tusken Raiders was there to show that, like, hey, like there's other things besides like bounty hunting, right? And he developed like a family there, right? Like, cause he was lost, right? I appreciate it, but you really could start at episode 4, and I think you could pick that. I think you could kind of pick that stuff up through context clues,
right? Yeah.
So
just start at episode 4.
Look,
keep going.
look, the show turned around for me. The show turned around for me. I was fucking yelling, screaming like a fucking idiot. And at the end of it, I enjoyed more episodes of this series than I didn't. So,
and that's all that matters at the end of the day. That's all that matters. Well, we got Obi-Wan Kenobi. That's May 25th.
May 25th. When does Ahsoka come out?
No idea. I don't think we have a date for that one.
So does this take place in this world, or is this like a young? Is this like a? No, it has to take place.
No, it would take place now. It would have to take place before.
It would have to because
Boba Fett would be Boba Fett would still be thought to be dead at this point.
Right, yeah, because Alec Guinness played.
Oh no, wait, yes.
Alec Guinness was an old fucking man before and died before we found out who the fuck Boba Fett was. So this has to take place well before. So
yep.
We'll see.
That's fine. I'm looking forward to that because again, my biggest thing with this series is Kathleen Kennedy said that you will see Vader and Obi-Wan clash. And I'm like, all right, I want to see with good writing, is Hayden Christensen a good actor, or was he completely screwed over by George Lucas's bad writing and bad direction? Like, because I think part of me thinks that maybe he got a little screwed, but I don't know that he's that great of an actor. But I'm rooting for that guy.
I don't think he's that great of an actor, but I think the writing is what did him in. Like, I mean, I don't like sand.
It gets everywhere. Like,
it's coarse and it gets everywhere. Like,
wow.
All right, bro.
Excellent writing.
And not even like, and like George Lucas saw that performance and was just like, all right, let's move on.
What? Nailed it. You want to run it again?
Do another one?
Nah, I don't want to run it. You got it, Jared Leto. Don't worry about it. Exactly. Jesus Christ. So I look forward to it, man.
Ice Cube Jr. is in this show.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
What's the name is in this? I think Kumail Nanjiani is in this one.
Kumail Nanjiani is in it. Sung Kang is in it. Okay. Oh, one of the Softy boys is in it.
The one that's he's the only one that does acting. The other one's just a director. Softy.
All right.
Yeah. Ben Softy, I think.
Yep.
So all right. Rock and roll. Please stop doing that. All right. That's really gross and weird. And I don't think I can title that properly for the episode. I don't know what letters to use. All right, topics.
Apparently, the most unhinged actor in all of Hollywood is going to be in Kraven the Hunter in an unspecified role. Aaron Taylor Johnson is
yes. Yeah.
Okay.
No.
All right. I mean, that feels like Finn Jones casting to me.
Oh, like, come on. Don't do that to that man.
It does, right. Man. It does. Right. It feels like Finn Jones casting to me. God damn it. God fucking damn it, dude. Like Kraven is a fucking all right, dude.
They're gonna ruin it.
I have no idea who Russell Crowe could be playing.
In his heyday, Russell Crowe would have been a pretty good Kraven, actually.
You say that. There was a story in this latest run of Spider-Man where Kraven basically walled off Central Park, and he trapped all of the animal-themed villains, and he put them all in Central Park, and he's got all these robots, and he's hiring, and he invited all these rich people with the help of Arcade. He created these robots, and he got these rich people, these like scumbag rich people, to come in and play the most dangerous game with the robots hunting the animal themed villains. But it turns out, like, if the robots take damage, the people in the VR suits take damage, because fuck rich people.
Kraven,
it was
quite the antagonist.
And like, one of the B stories is that Kraven he kind of cloned himself to have multiple sons, and then he pitted those sons against each other so that the strongest one would be his son.
Wow. Okay.
What if Russell Crowe is Kraven the Hunter Prime, and Aaron Taylor Johnson is the new, like, is the younger Kraven? Like, that's how they because Kraven was dead and then came back to life, but he's getting old, so now that young Kraven is the new Kraven the Hunter. I'm just I'm very curious to see what Russell Crowe will be playing.
I want Russell Crowe to be Kraven, just as he is right now. I want his character from Unhinged to be Kraven. Like, that's what I want. That dude was awesome.
I'm looking at Aaron Taylor. I'm looking at pictures of Aaron Taylor Johnson. I mean,
he could pull the look. I think
he could pull the look off, and I'm not necessarily worried about the look. I just want him to. I don't know. I just don't want this to be done by Sony. Like,
that's what it really comes down to.
That's what it is, right? Like, anybody can play anybody. If I gotta trust these casting directors, right? Because they know more about this shit than I do. But I just I don't know, man. I just don't want it to be Sony. Oh, Jesus Christ, this dude is fucking huge.
Yeah, he was in Tenet, remember? He was like the military guy in Tenet.
All right. Look, I take that back. He could pull the look off. When I think Aaron Taylor Johnson, I'm thinking Kick-Ass. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's a long way from that, dude.
Yeah,
he's a long way.
He's very much a long way from Kick-Ass. So, yeah. All right, he could pull the look off. I would see this. This is the one you're gonna watch. This would be the first one. Say all that. Okay.
You gotta that's not fair. You gotta go watch Morbius first. Like, you gotta eat your vegetables.
Nope, not doing that shit.
I hope Morbius exists by way of Sicily or wherever the fuck that character was from.
I'm saying that this movie has the potential to be this Sony non-Spider-Man movie has the potential to get me to see it, because I appreciate Kraven the Hunter. I think he's a very interesting character.
I think Aaron Taylor Johnson's a pretty good actor too, by the way.
I think he might be able to pull it off, but this would be the one that would get me to go see a Sony non-Spider-Man Spider-Man movie. Not fucking Morbius.
That's fair. Another Marvel legend is born, or whatever their poster said. I'm like, legend? Legend?
Jesus Christ.
Plasma.
Plasma.
Like, just say blood, you cowards. But here's the thing. I hear you, and I can understand why you're saying that. Allow me to retort. It's going to be made by Sony. It's going to be a piece of shit, yo. It's going to be a piece of shit. It's going to be a piece of shit. Like, they're not going to they're not going to give him the jacket, like, with the fucking fur. Like, they can't. They're not going to do that. They're going to give him, like, a lame jacket. He's going to have a satin jacket with, like, a lion drawn on the back. It's going to be, you know what it's going to be? It's gonna be the same type of jacket that Ryan Gosling wore in Drive, but it's just gonna have a lion embroidered on the back of it. That's all it is.
Shut the fuck up.
All right.
I think they'll give him a vest, right? But it'll be like a vest that you wear with a suit. You know what I mean? Like, it'll just look weird.
It's gonna like with a cummerbund. No, I think it's going to be like hyper military style, right? Like some sort of flak jacket type of thing. But it'll have like color to it, but they won't go full on. Like Marvel wouldn't do full on either. They do some interpretation.
It'll be like desert camo, like a desert camo vest or something like that.
Exactly.
And with like fatigue pants. Yeah, like I'm not worried about I'm not necessarily worried about the look, because Kraven's look is goddamn ridiculous.
It's pretty silly. Right? It's pretty
like
silly.
I'm not worried about that. Look, as much as I am not into Venom, I think they pulled the look off.
Yeah, they did
as best they possibly could without that big white spider on it. I'm not mad at that. So I'm not worried about the look. I'm worried about the fucking studio. I just am. I really am.
And so he's definitely going to be hunting Venom, right? Like that's definitely happening.
Or he's hunting Morbius, right? Like, don't be surprised if like the way they're playing Morbius as like an in between. Don't be surprised if you get like a stinger at the end where it's him hunting Morbius, who is essentially an animal man who
or both
might be good or might be bad, right? Or both. Like I wouldn't be surprised if they bring Venom in, because the Venom's like their guy.
Yeah, he's their Spider-Man. Like, Venom is Spider-Man.
He's their Spider-Man, for God's sakes.
Yep. He's the best.
Fuck right off, dude. God damn.
It's going to be good. It's going to be really, really good. Anthony Ramos. You want to talk about this one?
Anthony Ramos is going to be in Ironheart, and in an undisclosed role. Look, I don't read Ironheart as much as I am happy about Ironheart existing. Don't really know what he could possibly be, but good for him. He's getting that big movie star work, right? Like he's going to be in Transformers.
Yeah, Beast Wars. That's going to be good.
Yeah.
Sure. Let's talk about something that actually might be good. Look, I think that's pretty cool that he's going to be in Ironheart. People are speculating that maybe he's Robbie Reyes, aka Ghost Rider.
I mean, he should be so lucky. Like, no offense to that guy, but like,
that could be a
good fucking gig.
Yeah, it would not be bad. I mean, look, here's the thing. I know people are like, "Well, you're just saying that because he's a Latin guy." Yeah, I'm saying that, and I'm also saying that because he is a high caliber actor. Like he is. Dude was in Hamilton. He was in what was the other Lin-Manuel Miranda movie? Like In the Streets or whatever.
In the Heights.
Whatever. I didn't watch that one. It didn't have enough dark skinned Latin folks in it for me. That's why I didn't see it. I refused. That's why I only watched Encanto. But he's been in that. He's been in. He was also in Spike Lee's series.
She's Gotta Have It.
She's Gotta Have It, and he was very good in that, right? Mm-hmm. So, like, I think that guy is a good actor. And again, Ghost Rider has the potential to be a very large character in the MCU. So, if that's who if they're going Robbie Reyes, which would make sense because they don't really have a lot of Latin folks in the MCU. Okay. I mean, why not?
Yeah, I don't have a problem with it.
Yeah. Again, Anthony Ramos is a good actor, so I look forward to it. It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting if that's who he is, whether they introduce him with powers or not, right? Because Ironheart and Ghost Rider feel like very disparate parts of the universe. I don't know how they would even be connected, but they might just know each other before Reyes gets powers. Like it could easily just be that.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I don't know. We'll see. Ayn Randian Star Wars has been cast has been fully revealed.
That's-
Charlie Hunnam, Jimon Hansu, Bae Duna, Ray Fisher joined Zack Snyder's Rebel Moon, along with Sofia Boutella, leading the ensemble sci-fi fantasy feature for Netflix. Look, you say that, but I'm going to watch it because
I'm going to watch it.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch this. Sofia Boutella is leading the ensemble. That's a name I haven't heard in a very long time. Sofia Boutella. Wasn't she in the first Kingsman? Who played that amputee with the blade legs?
Yeah.
She's
she was
leading
fucking crazy. She was awesome.
Yeah, she was. It was pretty fucking awesome. She is leading the ensemble in the story of a peaceful colony on the edge of the galaxy that is threatened by armies of a tyrannical regime. Desperate, the colonists dispatch a young woman with a mysterious past to seek out warriors from a neighboring planet to help them make a stand. Okay, look. Here's something that gives me pause. Snyder co-wrote the script with Army of the Dead co-screenwriter Shay Hatton and Kurt Johnstad, who wrote 300.
Jesus Christ.
So this is telling me that this is going to be real bad, but it's on Netflix, so I'm not really surprised. Look, I like Netflix movies as much as the next person, but like they're all flash and no substance, right? And when I say no substance, I mean like net, like you are in the red when it comes to substance.
You are
right.
Well, don't worry, because they're in the black when it comes to money, because they just raised prices again. Today. Did you get that email? What's up, bro?
Yeah,
don't worry about it. $15. You leaving? I'm like, nah, not really. All right, keep going. Like, because every once in a while they got like some dope ass fucking shit I want to watch.
No, they got enough stuff in there that it's worth my $15. I'm not bitching about that. And look, all these movies, I don't mind watching a bad movie if I don't have to pay like extra for it.
Yeah, here's what I'm not doing. I ain't going to the theater to see Rebel Moon. I can tell you that.
Right.
Paying real money? No. I'm not watching that Ayn Randian bullshit. So okay. An Ayn Randian Star Wars is going to be super interesting because I assume the tyrannical people coming in are people who are just like want them to pay their taxes and like and just be reasonable, right? Right? Why don't you help fellow man? No, I'm a rebel. This is my moon.
Leave me alone. Leave me to my own devices. I don't want to help my fellow man. Like, all right.
I mean, if you think that's not gonna be there, okay. He can't help
one of the characters. Yeah, one of the characters will be that way. I mean, look, it's right there in the description. The colonists dispatch one person with a mysterious past to seek out warriors. One of those warriors, probably Charlie Hunnam, because that's who I think Zack Snyder would see himself as, is like to help take a stand. He's not going to want to do it, and then at the end of the movie, he'll come in and then still, because that's just storytelling, right?
Right.
And
hero.
Yeah.
I mean, look, here's the thing. People are saying, "Oh, this is gonna be a ripoff of Star Wars." I mean, they've all but said that, right? Like even Snyder has said, like, this is influenced by Star Wars and Kurosawa, which to me is just like you just said the same thing twice. Because Star Wars is influenced by Kurosawa movies, so it's like
right. Star Wars is like Krusty the Clown, right? You steal from me, you're stealing twice.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, I'm already doing it, dude. I'm already there.
Right.
So, look, that's fine. I'll see it. I do appreciate the idea of him trying something different. I think it's going to be a big old fat mess. because
Look,
he's not a good writer.
It'll look cool. Well, hopefully it'll look cool because Army of the Dead didn't look cool. Like, that's the
No.
biggest crime. That's the biggest crime with Army of the Dead. Like, nobody's expecting Army of the Dead to be fucking Shakespeare, right? But it should have at least looked good because that guy has a real eye
has a style.
for. Yeah, he has a style. He has an eye. Like, he has an artistic style. And it used to be phenomenal. And I don't know what happened. Justice
I think
League
I think he's concentrated more on writing, and I think that's taking away him like full-time concentrating on style. Like, I just don't think, and this is the thing with him, I just don't think he's a good writer. If he just stuck to directing, I think he could do pretty good.
Yeah.
Just get some good, like, get a writer that you work with that is like just super dope and super interesting. And then just be like, all right, cool. You write this shit and like make it work, make the talky parts make sense. And then I'm going to like, I got the visuals, man. Like, I'd watch that. But him writing it, no.
Yeah.
No. That is already a massive red flag for me. So yeah, I'll watch your Ayn Randian bullshit. I will. Because I want to talk about it. But look, the last movie he did was a 3-hour zombie movie. I can't imagine what this motherfucker's going to be like. But I see. The bots are already churned up, man. They're already like, this is going to be the shit. This is amazing. It's perfect. Like, and I know the second this movie is released, these bots will start pushing the idea that, one, he should do a Star Wars movie. No. 2, they'll say that this is better than every Star Wars movie ever. So when you see those tweets, realize that these people are bots, and you can look at their account because it's all they tweet about is Zack Snyder shit. That's all they do. It's weird. And I don't know who's paying for these bots, but whoever it is a sycophant, and it's fucking odd. So yeah, I mean, look, I guess. Disney Plus has decided that it's going to add things like Blackish and Grownish to its lineup, thus alienating Hulu, which has long been the home for general entertainment network fare. So Walt Disney Company stunned Wall Street on February 9th, revealing that its flagship Disney Plus streaming service added 11.8 million subscribers in the quarter, breaking its total to nearly 130 million, far outpacing even the most optimistic Wall Street estimates. Yeah, so it had more new users than Netflix and HBO Max combined, I believe, in that quarter, which is really impressive.
We noticed this when we were booting up Canto. I was like, what the fuck? Like, Blackish is on here? Like, Grownish is on here? Like,
yeah,
I couldn't believe it.
They have a lot of things on there that I'm like, I didn't even know these things existed. Like, a lot is on Disney Plus, like a lot of TV series and stuff like that. I'm like, I didn't even know any of this stuff, or even movies I didn't know.
But that's what they need to do if you're going to be successful, right?
Yeah.
Like, this can't be like Disney, at least for me, still has the name Disney evokes like children stuff to me. And if you want me to turn this thing on and watch something that's not like a Disney movie or like something for kids, like you got to put stuff like this on here. Like, you got to grow. Otherwise, like, you're not, same thing with HBO Max. Now I'll tune into HBO Max every couple of days just to see what's on there, because they're throwing stuff up there that I'm like,
yeah, dude.
Oh shit, like, what is this? And that's what you got. And that's what you got to do. And the problem is they got to get that like messaging out there that you need to log into this. Everybody logs into Netflix, right? Everybody logs into Netflix because they've been around for so long that you just kind of, you don't have to tell anybody that.
Right.
And all of these other streaming services need to do that. We talked about that last week. Like Amazon is the last one I check.
Oh, I don't. I look. You got to tell me something's on Amazon. I don't look. I don't look.
Right. The only time I'll check Amazon is when I see commercials for stuff that says only on Amazon, and then I'm like, oh, all right. Then
I don't have TV.
Remember to do it.
I don't have TV, so I would never see those commercials. I would never see them. But like, yeah, Amazon is definitely the last one I check. Hulu is like just above that. And like Netflix, like you said, everybody checks Netflix. HBO now does a thing, like they give a weekly email of like what's streaming on HBO Max, which is good because people go, oh shit. Like I got that email today and I opened it. Luther's on HBO Max now. I was like, oh, I haven't watched the third season. I was like, all right, cool. Great. Because they're making a movie, so I wanted to like finish that out. So, yeah, that's great. And I love Luther. It's a fucking phenomenal show. So, yeah, like this is super smart.
Yeah, that's right. The Wonder Years is on there. Like the Black Wonder Years is on there. And my
So
wife, she, it's on Disney Plus.
Oh, really?
And she's yeah, because we were flipping. I was like, oh shit! Like I might have to watch this now. I shouldn't call it the Black Wonder Years, but like it's the Wonder Years.
It's the blunder years. That's Black Wonder Years.
It's the Wonder Years.
Wonder years.
No ER.
No hard ER. Relax, Joe Rogan. Relax.
Right. Exactly.
So yeah, it is interesting that they would do that, but because Disney owns 60% stake in Hulu, so it does alienate Hulu a bit. And look, I'll be quite honest. Hulu has no original series that are worth a damn. Not that I found.
We've watched a couple, but
nothing has ever hit.
Nothing that's got a second season. My wife watched The Handmaid's Tale. The Handmaid's Tale, I think,
that's the one thing they have. That's true.
That everyone loves, but like nobody's watching Woke, right? Nobody's watching that Little Fires thing my wife liked, but I don't know how well that did.
I think it did okay.
I can't remember the name of it.
That's the Kerry Washington one?
Yeah. And Kerry Washington and Reese Witherspoon. So it must have done something if I remember who's in it.
Right.
But that one with what's that redheaded woman's name? Played Lucy Ricardo in Being the Ricardos. I saw that too, by the way. Being the Ricardos.
Yeah. You didn't put that on the docket.
Yeah.
I had no interest to watch that. I really didn't.
It's fine. It's fine. Yeah. Best actress? No. Get out of here. Out of here. What the fuck is her name? God damn.
Nicole Kidman?
Yes, Nicole Kidman. She had a Hulu show where she played some guru. And,
yeah, with like the 9 people or whatever. Yeah, you did not remember. You did not care for that. So
no.
Yeah. So there you go. No. So yeah, they're trying to figure it out, but yeah, Hulu has nothing original. Like they just don't. Like they just do not have it. All right, real quick. Mission Impossible 7 and 8 are going to wrap the series. Like that's it. They're done. They're not passing it on to Jeremy Renner or anybody else. They are just done. Look, it's the end of an era, man. Like I love that series. I think it is way more successes than mistakes. I largely think people just hate the second movie. I love it. It is bad, but I love it.
It's entertaining, man. Like,
it's entertaining as fuck. It's stupid, but it's entertaining.
It will leave you gagging for it.
Quite literally. It's like, please stop saying that. That guy could have been Wolverine, man. But yeah, I think it was. I think overall, this series has been really, really fun, and I think it's going to go down as one of the better action series of all time, like a movie series of all time, easily. So, especially to get to 8 movies, man. That's dope.
Yeah, to get to 8 movies, man. That's. I mean, you're in the Hall of Fame with Harry Potter and the Fast and the Furious when you reach numbers like that. So
Fast and the Furious. Nobody's getting a 10 but Fast and Furious. Same cast.
Yo, Fast and the Furious feels like a movie series that's in a parody of real life. You know what I mean?
I mean, it is.
Like,
it is. It is. It is. It is a parody of real life. I got to tell you, when the 10th movie comes out, I'm going to sit down and just watch all of them. All of them. Like when the 10th one's
I'm not going to do that.
No, I'm going to do it.
I'm not going to do that. No. Get out. You're crazy.
You're
crazy. And quite frankly, I think we need to have an intervention. Because I am concerned.
I need an intervention. You need an intervention. It's like Succession. I need an intervention. Look who's fucking here. Fuck you. Get out of here. I need one. You need one. No, I maybe I'll just start at 5 though, because like I feel like the first 4 is like
just start at 5.
Yeah, it's all shaky ground. It's all shaky.
That first one. I enjoyed those movies. But like those movies are like 20-year-old you would like those movies, not 40-year-old you.
Yeah, that's true. That's just because what year did the first Fast and Furious come out?
It was like,
I mean, I was in my 20s.
Right.
Like I feel like I was definitely in my 20s.
Fast and the Furious came out 21 years ago. You were 21. You could legally drink.
I quite literally was the exact demographic for that movie. I was exactly the demographic for it. That's really funny. Because didn't we see that? We saw that movie together in theaters.
Probably.
I'm almost positive. We were like, yo, this movie's going to be awesome. And it was awesome. And then they made a second one, which was not awesome.
Look. I kind of like that second one. It's bad.
It's so bad, dude.
It's very bad.
I've never seen Tokyo Drift.
A bad movie that I like.
I've never seen Tokyo Drift.
Is people like Tokyo Drift. I think the people that like Tokyo Drift are mainly weebs who like anything Japanese.
Yeah.
It's not bad, but it's not like great. And the only link that it has is a post-credit scene.
Yeah, with Vin Diesel,
with Dom. So, and then
it's like, he's back.
Fucking 2001 is when that first movie came out.
Wow. Yeah. I literally I hate to say this. I truly hate to say this out loud. We literally grew up with Fast and the Furious. Like,
yeah, man.
Yeah. This is our Star Wars, Micah.
No, this is your Star Wars, nigga. Get the fuck out of here.
It's our Star Yes, it is. This is our MCU. That's what it is. That's fucked up. This is our Star Wars. It is. Holy shit, that's funny. Oscar nominations. Let's go through the big ones. Actor in a leading role. Javier Bardem in Being the Ricardos, Benedict Cumberbatch in The Power of the Dog, Andrew Garfield, Tick, Tick, Boom. I didn't realize that one. Will Smith, King Richard, Denzel Washington, Tragedy of Macbeth. Oof.
I don't think Javier Bardem is going to get it. I haven't seen The Power of the Dog, but that's on Netflix, so I'll be watching that soon. I don't know if I care to watch Tick, Tick, Boom.
I hear it's very good.
Fact, if it's not one of the 10 films that I'm not going that are up for Best Picture, then I'm not going to see it because I don't have time to cram all these movies.
Yeah, that's fair.
Look, I'm rooting for Will Smith. I just don't know if, from what I hear of The Power of the Dog, I worry for him, but I'm rooting for Will Smith. After the couple of years he's had with entanglements and all that bullshit, like
the man needs a win.
I'm rooting for you, bro. I am rooting for you.
Here's the thing. I think he's got a really good chance of winning, and the reason I think that maybe he beats out Denzel, maybe he beats out Denzel, is because Tragedy of Macbeth did not get nominated for Best Picture. And I think maybe that might be slightly telling. But by the way, this is like Denzel Washington's 7th nomination, which is pretty awesome. I mean, like, that's pretty fucking impressive in its own right. I'm rooting for Will Smith, man. I'm not saying he was better than Denzel Washington. I'm really not saying that. But I'm rooting for him because I want to see him win one so he can stop hunting. Like, dude, that's a culmination of a pretty great career. I'd love to see him do it. And this is a movie, I think he deserves it. He deserves it.
It's a combination of maybe not a rags to riches story, but it's the culmination of an incredible journey from some nigga from West Philadelphia, born and raised, to I want this for him. Like, I want this to be the thing that like, not necessarily caps off, but like,
no, he got plenty more of his career to go.
He's got plenty more to do, but like, this would be a fucking milestone, dude. And look, if he wins this for 24 hours, if someone asks me to say something nice about Philadelphia, I will say it.
Wow, 24 hours. Can we get 48 hours?
No, you cannot.
All right, he got to win 2 Oscars for that. He got to win 2. He got to win back-to-back Oscars for that shit.
Yeah, he got to win back-to-back Oscars for that. You better get the fuck out of here. But yeah, if anybody, and since the Oscars are generally on a Sunday and we only record on Thursday,
damn,
it will never be on tape.
Damn, that's fucked up. Poor Will Smith. I'll record it. I will call Micah. I will do a FaceTime and I will have him say nothing but positive things about Philadelphia, and I will play it on the show. Here's hoping. But I am really rooting for him. I really do hope he wins. And look, there's also another part of this that doesn't have to do with Will Smith, but has everything to do with the role that he would possibly win as. And I think the idea of a black father role, of this black father who pushed as hard as he could for his kids, no matter what anybody else said, for that to be the role that Will Smith wins for is kind of dope. I think that narrative is fucking powerful. Instead of like Denzel Washington winning for playing a corrupt cop, which I always thought was super offensive. But, that being said, actor in a supporting role, I'm not like whatever. I'm trying to get to the big ones. Actress in a leading role: Jessica Chastain in Eyes of Tammy Faye, Olivia Colman for The Lost Daughter, Penelope Cruz for Parallel Mothers, Nicole Kidman in Being the Ricardos, and Kristen Stewart for Spencer. Look, I have seen Eyes of Tammy Faye and I have seen Parallel Mothers. Jessica Chastain is pretty goddamn good, man. She's pretty goddamn great in that movie. She might be tough to beat. I've only seen that in Parallel Mothers. Penelope Cruz is good in Parallel Mothers. Parallel Mothers is a very good movie, but it has a very telenovela feel to it. Like, with the twist, like midway through, you're like, this movie's okay. And then there's like twist. I'm like, what? There's too many things happening all at once. It's like a lot. So I like that movie, and I think people should see it. It's interesting, and I didn't review it. I should have actually done a review of it. It's a good movie, but it's slightly weird. It's a slightly weird film. But of the things I've seen, Jessica Chastain's a hard one to beat. And I think, by the way, you should watch Eyes of Tammy Faye. I think you'd really like that movie. It's pretty goddamn good.
I want to watch it. It's on HBO. I want to watch it. But right now, like I said, I got to prioritize at least 9 of the 10. I don't know where I can drive my car, and I don't know if I'm going to, because it's 3 fucking hours long.
Is it just someone driving a car? That'd be cool.
No, it's a story about like an actor who's kind of depressed, and I heard it's very good, but it's 3 hours long, dude. Like,
yeah, that's fair. But yeah, I think Eyes of Tammy Faye is very good. By the way, Jessica Chastain is nominated for that. Look, Andrew Garfield was really great as Jim Baker in that. Like, he was really good. Like, he was really, really good. So it is one to watch. Animated feature film, Encanto, Flea, Luca, The Mitchells versus the Machines, Raya, and The Last Dragon.
I heard The Mitchells versus the Machines is not something to be slept on.
Yeah, it's Phil Lord and Christopher Miller. That makes sense. I heard it was awesome. I think it's on Netflix, right?
I think so, yes.
Yeah, I think so. By the way, we'll get to it. Cinematography, Dune, Nightmare Alley, The Power of the Dog, Tragedy of Macbeth, West Side Story. I'm going that's going to probably be Dune or Tragedy of Macbeth, is my guess.
I'm thinking it'll be Dune. Just because people enjoy those big Dune is beautiful. Like
it is. It just is.
Like I really appreciate the photography in that movie. And I think it's something that Academy members would be like, yeah, this is it. The Tragedy of Macbeth, while I think it's cool, it doesn't really that's more of like a unique set design than cinematography.
Though I would say there are some pretty great shots, but like I think Dune's on a different level than that. Like it really, really is. And like you said, Dune is beautiful. Like there are scenes in that are just like mind blowing, like super, super impressive. Directing, Kenneth Branagh for Belfast, Rasuke Hamaguchi for Drive My Car, Paul Thomas Anderson for Licorice Pizza, Jane Campion for The Power of the Dog, and Steven Spielberg for West Side Story. I'm not interested in West Side Story at all. Just not interested at all.
I asked Carrie, and she said she hadn't seen it yet, but she can't imagine that West Side Story needs to get this type of love. And she suspects that it's just the Academy sucking Steven Spielberg.
Yeah. No, that's what that feels like to me. Yeah, I just, like, whatever. Not interested. I haven't seen any of these movies yet. So I don't have an opinion on any of those. Wanted to get down to, I did want to get down to Best Picture. Belfast, Coda, Don't Look Up, Drive My Car, Dune, King Richard, Licorice Pizza, Nightmare Alley, The Power of the Dog, West Side Story. Let's just eliminate the things that shouldn't be on here. Don't Look Up, Dune, West Side Story, in my opinion.
West Side Story. I'm going to see Belfast probably this weekend. Coda is on Apple Plus, so you can easily watch that.
Yep.
Seen Dune, seen King Richard. I'll check out Licorice Pizza. It doesn't seem like it's up my alley. Just because it's about Anderson. Like, yeah, but it's I don't know. Nightmare Alley. I'm actually surprised that is up here. I enjoyed that movie. I think it looks great. I don't know about it being the best picture. It's not even the best picture of the movies that I have seen.
That's funny.
And yeah, I'll check out The Power of the Dog. I refuse to watch West Side Story. I refuse to watch any musical that doesn't have a man-eating plant in it at this point.
That's fair. I get that. Yeah, I don't think Dune should even be on the list. I think it's great.
Half a movie, guys.
It's half a movie.
I love that movie. But it's half a movie, guys.
Yeah, like knock it off. All right, that's it for the Oscars. Those are the big, sort of the big categories. Let's talk about the Razzies for a second before we get out of here. Look, they were in special form this week. Worst Picture, Diana the Musical, the Netflix version. Infinite, that was pretty bad. It was pretty bad. It was pretty bad. Karen, that was worse. Space Jam: A New Legacy.
Way worse.
Space Jam: A New Legacy.
Oh God, did you watch that?
I've never seen Space Jam, so no, I'm not watching those movies.
Whew, Space Jam's pretty fucking bad. I don't know if it's the worst out of those. Like Karen is the God. I've seen 3 of these fucking movies.
I've seen two. I can't imagine any of these movies are worse than Karen. I can't imagine.
Yeah, man.
I can't imagine.
Come on, dude.
That movie was real bad. Worst actor: Scott Eastwood in Dangerous, Roe Hartrumpf in Diane the Musical, LeBron James in Space Jam: A New Legacy, Ben Platt in Dear Evan Hansen. Damn, really? Mark Wahlberg for Infinite.
Trash, guys. I heard that movie's really bad.
What, Dear Evan Hansen?
Yeah. I heard that movie's not
That dude was like 45 years old playing a high school student. It's ridiculous. Like, Dear Evan Hansen, why are you so fucking old? What is going on? Worst actress: Amy Adams in A Woman in the Window, Gina DeWall in Diane the Musical, Megan Fox in Midnight in the Switchgrass, Taryn Manning in Karen, Ruby Rose in Vanquish. Look, it's got to be between Taryn Manning and Ruby Rose. I haven't seen Vanquish, but it's Ruby Rose. She's a terrible actress. Yeah.
She's not very good, but I have seen Karen. I can't imagine.
Yo, Karen should sweep that. They should sweep the Razzies.
Really bad, yo.
Dude, there was a guy. Dude, there was a guy in our Black on Black Cinema. You could go to our Black on Black Cinema YouTube channel, find the Karen episode. It's not that long ago that we did it. One, spoiler alert, I was high as fuck on that episode, so I couldn't stop laughing. It was quite amusing to me. But there's a guy in the comments arguing with people that this was a good movie. A black person arguing that it was a great movie. And I'm like, right, it was nominated for like all the Razzies. Yo, it's terrible.
All right, man. Okay, dude. All right, bro.
Yo, I question your thought process.
See more movies.
Yeah, see a lot better movies. Worst supporting actor category: Ben Affleck in The Last Duel, Nick Cannon in The Misfits, Mel Gibson in Dangerous, Gareth Keegan as James Hewitt, the muscle-bound horse trainer. Okay. Diana the Musical. Oh, in Diana the Musical. And Jared Leto in House of Gucci.
You know what? I really hope he gets it. I really do.
I hope he wins. I really hope he gets I hope he wins. I hope he has an Oscar and a fucking Razzie. Look, Halle Berry got one like the same year or back to back, I think. I think she got the same year, right? Like, didn't she win an Oscar for Monsters Ball and a Razzie for Catwoman, like in the same year, I think it was?
Quite frankly, I think we need to include the Razzies in the EGOTs and just name them the Regots. Because
yeah, that's not bad.
Look, if you can get a Regot, that means that you got all kinds of range.
Yeah.
Including the bad kind.
The super terrible.
I'm really rooting for Jared Leto to get this fucking Razzie.
Yeah, he should. He should, because he stinks. And like that, the clip I saw was horrible. Worst performance. This is an actual special category this year. Worst performance by Bruce Willis in a 2021 movie. Bruce Willis in American Siege, Bruce Willis in Apex, Bruce Willis in Cosmic Sin, Bruce Willis in Deadlock, Bruce Willis in Fortress, Bruce Willis in Midnight in the Switchgrass, Bruce Willis Out of Death, Bruce Willis Survived the Game. I've seen none of these movies because I refuse to see anything Bruce Willis is in at this point. And apparently, so does everyone else.
I mean, goddamn, yo. Worst on-screen couple: LeBron James and any Warner cartoon.
Fucking hell. Jared Leto and either his 17 pounds of latex face, his geeky clothes, or his ridiculous accent. House of Gucci.
I told you that.
Ben Platt and any other character who acts like Platt singing 24/7 is normal. Dear Evan Hansen. Worst remake, ripoff, or sequel: Karen, inadvertent remake of Cruella de Vil, Space Jam: A New Legacy, Tom and Jerry the movie, Twist, which is a rap remake of Oliver Twist. Wow. I've never heard of that, but I wish I hadn't. And The Woman in the Window, which is a ripoff of Rear Window. Once again, worst director Christopher Ashley for Diana the Musical, Stephen Chbosky. That's a weird spelling of a name. Stephen Chbosky for Dear Evan Hansen. Jesus, is that movie that bad?
I heard it's bad, man. I heard it's fucking bad, yo.
I kind of want to see it. Coke Daniels for Karen. The Misfits was done by Rennie Harlan. That makes all the sense. And Joe Wright for The Woman in the Window. Didn't Rennie Harlan do Die Hard 2? Pretty sure he did.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, Rennie Harlan's not a good director. So there you go. So Diana the Musical got 9 nominations. Karen got 5. The Woman in the Window got 5. Space Jam got 4. Infinite got 3. And The Misfits got 3. So I think Diana the Musical is definitely getting worst picture.
I think Karen needs to sweep the Razzies.
I would like that.
I really fucking hated that movie.
Yeah,
I hated everything about it.
Yeah, it was.
I hated the message. I hated the way they were trying to deliver the message. I hated literally every bit of it.
Yeah, I don't disagree. Like I actually do not disagree one bit. All right, let's quickly do trailers this week. First one up is Firestarter. This is Blumhouse remake of Stephen King's original film starring Drew Barrymore. About a little girl who has the power to like control fire and set things ablaze when she gets mad. What are your thoughts?
Look, who doesn't like pyrokinesis, right?
It's cool power.
Is that Zac Efron?
It is, playing her father, which is weird.
Playing her dad.
His weird face.
This looks interesting to me. The thing that kind of put it over the top for me, like, oh, okay, I'm definitely going to watch this, is at the very last moments of the trailer. It says in theaters and streaming on Peacock. And
there you go.
All right, I'll watch it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll watch it because it's going to be streaming somewhere.
Yeah, I wouldn't have gone to see this in theaters.
No, not at all. Not at all. But from the producers of The Invisible Man, I hear that movie is very good.
It is.
So yeah, I'll check this out on Peacock.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, look, I think it's I think that's dope. I'm glad to see them doing more of his stuff, because I think like all of the sort of remakes for Stephen King's stuff lately has been pretty good. Like I feel like they've been kind of nailing it. So that works for me. I'm happy to see that. All right. Next up, Jurassic World Dominion. This is the third in the Jurassic World second part of the franchise, I guess. I don't know what's happening in this trailer besides the fact that like all the dinosaurs are loose. Like that's what happened at the end of the last movie. This isn't really a story trailer, so you don't really know anything. What are your thoughts?
Well, it seems that like you said, at the end of the last movie, the little clone girl let loose all the dinosaurs because they're clones just like me. No, they're not just like you. They're fucking dinosaurs, and I hope one eats you. And it appears that humanity has decided that instead of murdering these monsters to the best of their ability, they're going to try and coexist with them. I mean, it's even like that's a dumber premise than having a dinosaur amusement park to me.
Yeah, dude, they're dinosaurs.
Which is a pretty silly. Yeah, it's a pretty silly premise. Look, they know what they're doing. they're trying to get you to watch this. The first two movies were very popular. Two, they're bringing back the original three,
Yeah.
which is the nostalgia high.
Yep.
So they're kind of pulling out all the stops. And I see this movie being successful.
Extremely.
Yeah. This movie's gonna make a lot of fucking money. I refuse to go to a theater to see this though. I was so pissed off at that second movie.
Yeah, I know exactly why.
Yeah, that it just didn't. It turned me off of the entire franchise. And look, I get it, man. Like these are just dumb monster movies, but like that second one was so bad. And look, this is coming from a person who genuinely, no bullshit, enjoys the Lost World Jurassic Park. I enjoy that dumb movie. I really do. But that second World movie, Fallen Kingdom, it really turned me off of it, man. So I would watch this when it finally hits like, streaming for free. But this isn't something that I would rush out to the theater to see.
Someone that I trust is going to have to tell me that this is good. I'm not seeing this movie. I'm not.
The only reason I would watch it, is to see the original three again.
Hey, I was really excited to see Malcolm come back in the last one for 30 seconds. And I was like, that's it? Wow, cool. A real fuck you to fans. That was awesome. So I hope that he's in it more. I hope that they're in it more. I don't know. But it doesn't. No. Mm-mm.
It's also not their story, so I can't imagine they would be in it. You know what
not
I mean?
long.
Like it or not, like this is Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard's story,
right?
Which is fine. I think the two of them are good at what they do, but like the magic is gone for me.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm super good. I don't need it. Yeah, I don't know. I've been turned off to this franchise for a while because of like the big part is they haven't gone anywhere with a story. They build a park goes bad. Great. Look, I like Jurassic World. Why? It was Jurassic Park, just bigger. I was like, all right, cool. Like new tech, like this is cool. Some new dinosaurs. That was kind of fun. And then the second movie, I was like, oh, it's the Lost World again. It's just the dinosaurs get out. Like this is really kind of Lost World actually. But it's just like, oh, they're selling the dinosaurs. Like, oh, okay. Like it's just not that interesting to me.
Well, they delivered on the promise that that the Lost World teased, which is dinosaurs in the quote unquote like real world, right? Like the dinosaurs walking down the street, right? Like that was the promise at the end of Jurassic of the Lost World. And it's an interesting premise. I don't know why this wasn't done for the second movie, but I guess that's something that you can't really follow up on, right? I get it.
Like once they're out, like that, this has to be the end of it, right? Like either you're killing all of the dinosaurs or they just coexist, which is weird. I don't know how they're going to explain this, but whatever.
Yeah, I get the logic. I just the execution in that second movie was so flawed that it just really turned me off to this.
Yeah, and look, I think one of my big issues with this is somehow they've managed to take two people who I think have a ton of charisma and personality, Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard, and they've stripped them of all of it. Like Chris Pratt is the least interesting character in this movie franchise. How? Like, this dude has charisma. Like, look, whatever you think about Chris Pratt, and he's got plenty of other, like, personal issues or whatever. Like, the dude has charisma on screen. And it's just like, he is the most boring character in this franchise. And I'm like, I don't get how that happened. It's not great writing. Yeah. It's just not great writing. They don't they don't use him. They don't let him like kind of cut loose as an actor. Like they just like put him in this weird box, and it's just like I don't know. Like it just doesn't work for me. And I find Bryce Dallas Howard like kind of lame because she's just like they just make her into like this like mean bitchy character, and I'm like, come on, man, it's 2022. Like we don't have to keep doing that same trope. It's ridiculous. So I look forward to seeing how people react to the original 3. I hope they get some decent screen time. I really do. Because to me, I think the 3 of them are much more interesting characters. They just are.
Yeah. But I can't imagine they will, because at least 2 of those actors, Laura Dern and Sam Neill, I mean, they can act circles around Bryce Dallas Howard and Chris Pratt. Like, no offense to those 2, but
they can.
They can. And people like Jeff Goldblum because it's Jeff Goldblum, right? Like he's kind of bulletproof at this point. But so I can't imagine you're going to put too much. I can't imagine you're going to have them overshadow your main actors a lot.
Right.
But like
they're not even, if you notice in the trailer, they're not even on screen together.
Yeah. Well, they are in one scene. They are in one scene at the end.
Oh, okay.
Where they share a line. But I
mean, DeWanda Wise is in it. That might give me to watch it.
Yeah, I mean,
I mean, look, play to the crowd. I get it. Like that might be the only reason I'd see this movie ever. But yeah, all right. Like, no. I'm good, man. I'm just like, I'm super good. I'm okay. It's fine. And last but certainly not least, I'm desperately trying to cue this up and like play it cool. So the Adam Project, which is Ryan Reynolds' new movie for Netflix. I mean, is there a movie that speaks to 4-quadrant family fun movie more than this? In a long time, I'm not sure it has.
Yeah, this has this. You know how the movies that we grew up with in the 80s,
very Spielbergian.
Yeah, like they were like movies meant for little boys. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like that's what this is, and I'm not mad at it. If my son was of age where he could pay attention to a movie, sure, I'd sit and watch this with him. But until that happens, that's all you guys. Have fun. I hope it's good.
I will watch this. I think it looks fun. This feels like, I mean, solidly like a kid who's like 10 or 11, like sitting down and like watching this, like would have a blast with it, right? Like I feel like it. But this is a solid dad movie. Like this is a dad flick, if ever there was one, right? This movie is going to be incredibly popular because as Ryan Reynolds, one, people like Ryan Reynolds, like he's just a fucking nice guy of Hollywood. It's a family movie, so he's not going to go hardcore with his like Deadpool shtick, which is kind of good for him. He needs to pull out of that a little bit, right? But he kind of still gets to be himself. And it's just like, it looks like a nice, fun family sci-fi movie. Yeah, I think this movie is going to absolutely crush it. It looks like a fun adventure film for families, but this is like hitting all 4 quadrants super hard. So, yeah, I have no doubt that this is going to be a lot of fun. So, yeah. Deadpool and the Hulk are in it, and Gamora. So, a little bit of everybody in it. So that's dope.
There you go.
Oh, I'm sorry, and Elektra. I apologize. My bad, Jennifer Garner. Should have forgotten your.
Put some respect on Elektra's name. Elektra Nachos.
That movie is not good. All right,
she was fighting sandbags in her living room, guys. She was fighting sandbags. She set up sandbags on the ceiling to fall in her living room so that she.
That's a lot of mess. It's a lot of mess to clean up.
Yeah. How do you clean that shit up? That's what I want to know.
No, you just move.
Electra nachos.
Like you just move. I gotta go. I gotta get the fuck out of here. By the way, remember when they made an Electra movie? Remember that? I saw that in theaters. I deeply regret it to this day. They've never gotten Electra right on screen. Not ever. Not in. And look, don't write in. Well, what about the Daredevil show? There either. Not good.
Nah, I don't know what they were doing with that Electra.
That Electra stunk. Like, this is not good. That's the one thing I hope for Daredevil. Get rid of that storyline and redo it. Just redo Electra in the MCU. Get the fuck out of here. Oh, it's the black sky. Who cares? All right, that's it for us. Slightly longer show this week, but we will see you guys next week.
See ya.